It was good, bro. I was just checking in with you.
I know I got like at least two more questions, but one, Pat, I didn't know if you had any questions specifically. And then Jalyn, I didn't know if you had any questions for us as men. I kind of like being asked questions, especially like from women, like because we always talk to each other. So like we talk from the male perspective all the time. So
give us a scenario, ask us a question. Give us something from the group message. Let's help your girlfriends out. You feel me? That's what we're here for. You just checking in with us.
Matter of fact, go ahead and start your own segment of the show. All you gotta do is say, y'all, check in.
Juiciness has, because the group message gets juicy. But let me see what we've been chit-chatting about. Go ahead and ask your question, Steve, and I'm gonna think of a question.
Okay, so dang, mine a little bit deep. Well, it's okay. Y'all
hold on. Let me get a joke one off first then. Okay. I'm like, if you got a deep one, let me get a joke one off first then. All right, so.
Oh Lord.
Damn, y'all laughing before I ask a question.
You said it's a joke, nigga.
I feel like it's about to be something crazy.
I ain't even gonna. I'm good. Never mind.
See, say it. What? You set us all up and then you just let us down.
Yeah, no, for sure. But no, I was gonna say, so with the initial question that I asked, what was y'all final answer? I don't think I got that.
In terms of
that's not a joke.
In terms of like, do they never go away? I'm confused.
No, I'm saying so.
He's talking about the initial.
The initial. So, do you think that hoes is?
Why do we have to use that word?
Okay. Do you think that people that are of toxicity manipulate that situation into what it need to be due to the fact that they know that feelings are attached to certain situations in which they had in the past? Is that a better explanation for you, Jalyn?
Let me put on my glasses.
And you put the glasses on.
Have you always had glasses on?
They're my blue light glasses. I use them because I be at the computer a lot on my little calls. Aren't they cute?
Yes. Please go
on. But no. I think to an extent, yes. I think people do manipulate that situation a little bit. I think and I don't think it's a man or a woman thing. I think it's just a people thing that some people know that they have the ability to spin the block on people and make it seem like, I feel like that's gaslighting kind of a little bit, like in kind of, I think it can kind of, it tiptoes the line of gaslighting, maybe not exactly, but I feel like if you know, hey, I know this girl, if I hit her up, she gonna hit me back. And I could be at her house tomorrow. Like, y'all ain't had conversations like that in the group chat before?
I don't think we ever had a conversation like that. I don't think any of us are the type to talk about what we're doing. It's just more so like, hey, I did that.
Yeah, okay, men don't do that in group chats.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, regardless of what happens in the group chats, you guys get what I'm saying. I'm saying that I feel like, people will take advantage of that situation, which is bad. So stop doing that because that's rude.
No, for
sure. And you know what? It's going to come back around to you and you're going to fall deeply in love with somebody and they're going to say no. And that's going to be your karma. And the Lord going to be looking down at you like this.
No, for real.
No, absolutely. It's definitely bound to happen. Karma gonna always come back around for sure.
It is. Now my God is not a spiteful God. Now, I just feel like we should just get rid of that word.
Wait, you said karma gonna always come back around. I said like them hoes.
Like them. Okay, we want to say them women. Like them
women. Pause. Stop doing that. See, you the problem.
Me?
You the problem. No, pause. You the problem.
do.
You said these women. Hoes is not women. Hoes is a general term we use to describe people of toxicity.
Right. Right. You're
You
right.
know, and so on and so forth. You know,
You're right. You're right.
it's people.
So
you
y'all
know?
trying to take back the word hoe?
Nah, I just think hoe is hoe. Like niggas, I mean women be calling niggas hoes. Like
That's true. In different area codes.
what I'm saying. That's your deep question, Claus. Or Jalyn, do you got yours?
No, I don't have mine yet.
Okay.
Found some interesting tweets I remembered actually that deal with some of these topics. Well, Jay, let me ask you this as a woman. Do you feel like, or I guess, Pat, you can answer this too if you got an answer to it. Do y'all feel like men focus more on themselves in relationships and women focus more on their partner?
Depending on the situation. I feel like that's
what do you mean
on the
by
person.
focus more on themselves? What do you mean?
So again, this was a tweet. The way I interpreted the tweet was depending on the dynamic of a relationship, is very like the man could have the stability to like be really locked in on like what he needs to be doing, like focusing on himself, bettering himself, not necessarily to say that he's disregarding like his partner or that he's in a relationship, but his priority almost is like doing what he needs to do for him or bettering himself. That might be the better way to put it, like bettering himself. Whereas with my interpretation, the woman is focused on like providing the man with that stability and like making sure he has what he needs, but potentially may not be getting that back in return because the man isn't giving her that. He's just bettering himself because he's been given that stability or that support or whatever the case may be. That's how I interpreted the tweet.
I honestly feel like that happens before men get into a relationship most of the time. I feel like men are much more prone to wanting things to be in a certain way, want their life to be in a certain lane before they get into something that they know is going to be serious. I feel like, men want to be at a certain space in their career or want to be at a certain, space in their financial life or whatever the case may be before they bring somebody else into the situation. Not necessarily saying that they don't want to grow with that person, but I think they have to get to a level that they're comfortable at by themselves, and then they can say, okay, now I feel comfortable having this partner with me. And I think that's because men are usually the providers and they want to feel like, they can do all the things that they need to do in a relationship. But I feel like the bettering of oneself on the man's side comes before the relationship begins. And I feel like I can speak for me personally. I am a want to grow together type person, but I will say that, like, if I had one piece of bread, okay, and listen, if I had one piece of bread and I had to choose whether I was going to eat it or he was going to eat it, he going to eat it. He wouldn't want me to. Okay, y'all are so disgusting. Y'all are disgusting. I saw your faces. The people that are listening cannot see your faces, but I saw them. And I'm talking about bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. A loaf of bread.
Rye bread.
You think that we thought you was talking about?
Don't make me seem like I'm crazy because I saw your faces. Anyway, I'm going to give the last piece of bread to him. Okay? Because I feel like I'm a giver in a relationship at all times. So I turned in more to a giver now that I'm in a relationship? Maybe. Do I like focus more on, I don't know if I necessarily focus more on him, but like I think I'm hyper aware of his needs. Because I know what I need. I live with myself all the time. I know what I need. So when it's like, you need something, oh, let me get it.
Yeah, bro, I can say that. I think women may be more attentive to like what the man needs, or like they're more supportive in like, oh, like you trying to do a business, like, oh, well, babe, you need to do this, like you need to do this, that, and the third. Oh, I talked to my cousin who run this, that, and you can go down there tomorrow. Like they'll help you along the way, and I don't think that well, guys will pay for some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll definitely hand you some money. They'll definitely like, oh, like, babe, you ain't got to work out. I might take care of these bills for you and shit like that. But I don't think too many guys
Whew,
is actually
amen.
like, I don't think too many guys is actually like taking the time out of like helping along the way, like helping with the steps. Like, oh, like you need to study for your test and shit. Like I'm gonna help you study and shit like that. Like, how many dudes, like outside of them being in college, is going like, oh, your girl trying to be a nurse and shit like that. You gonna sit up and I don't know the ill whatever the fuck, whatever test it is that she needs to study for. Like, I don't know if a dude is gonna sit there and help her study for it.
So,
Now,
but
sorry,
wait, no, go ahead.
I will say, and I feel like I'm bragging on my man, but I'm gonna do that all the time.
That's good.
Um, Let me not make a generalization. Let me just speak from my experience because I don't want nobody to get mad. In my relationship, I feel like we are over givers sometimes. Like we'll be walking, or I'll say something, or I'll send a tweet. Oh, perfect example. I sent a tweet to him of these. I don't know if y'all have seen these slippers. Okay, they're like Mario slippers. They have a green case, and they look like the little mushrooms that come out of the little green tunnel. And so the slippers are the actual mushrooms.
You are
And
such the
then
person that I think you are.
I
that's
don't.
it.
Like, it's
I
just
will,
a thing. It's just a thing. Like,
we're gonna unpack that.
it's
We're
just a
gonna
thing.
actually. I'm gonna go get the slippers. But these are the slippers. These are the slippers. Aren't they cute?
Okay,
They're like
I get what you was explaining because I
you get
was
what I was trying to explain. Okay.
okay.
So I sent this to him and I was like, these are so cute, how funny, whatever, whatever. It was like I think I sent them to him in November. I had them for Christmas. And it was not I didn't say anything about wanting the slippers. I just said, oh my God, this is so funny. And they have a little case. Like that's all I said. And I had them for Christmas. I feel like sometimes and I won't say overgivers. I just feel like we're just very hyper aware of the
And
things
that's just
that each
attentive.
other wants and needs. Attentive. That's yes, attentive. I think that's the word. And I feel like I don't know.
So
I don't
Yeah, but
know.
that's what I can say. I feel like if you actually do care about your partner or even have interest and desire in making that person happy before you're even together, you know what I'm saying? In the dating stage, you feel me?
Yeah.
Some of those things should be happening. I feel like, cause shit, I know with my girl, like one of our first dates was to a wine tasting because she had told me like she had never been to one. So like, you tell me you ain't never been to one, I'm gonna make sure you had that experience. Cause what the fuck, I'm the new nigga here. Like what the fuck? But like I'm Superman to all the other niggas. Fuck them. Like you know what I'm saying? But like I feel like that's how you should go into a relationship or go into a situation where you're trying to mess with somebody seriously.
Yeah.
But like I said in the beginning, like most, it depends on the person because, like we said, and we've spoken on a couple of times, like maturity level isn't always there, and a lot of these people are still out here playing the game and shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean.
yeah, yeah. All right, this is my last question for real, y'all. Nah, so we've talked about a decent amount though, and I think we've covered a lot. Like just covered manipulation, like maturity, toxicity, all that good jazz. We oh dang, Pat, you not 20. Yep, neither of y'all are 27 yet. Anyway, that's not irrelevant.
No, nigga, give me a couple weeks.
Don't
Chill
do
out,
that.
bro.
Give me a couple months.
Give me a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Big dog.
Really tried us, Patrick. He just really tried.
Bro, I be saying that like he older than me though. Like, bro,
Like,
older than me
boy,
by months, but he younger than me. You feel me? Like,
don't nobody want to be 27 that bad that we just rushing to get there. Y'all just old.
I was just speaking to our age. But no, at our age, how has the idea, perspective on, and or you can either answer all three or choose one.
Okay.
The idea,
Ooh.
perspective on, and definition of love changed? Like, how has it
Um,
gotten to where it's at now? Because I'm going to assume that the perspective or view on love now isn't what it was, say, at, I don't know, we could pick an age, 18.
Mm.
But for the
but
sake of
I would
giving
say
time
like
frame, high school.
the we could do that, but I would say for me, bro, it's like the basis is always still the basis. Like
Yeah.
I don't think the basis of what I believe love to be ever will change.
Mm.
Like I can have understanding of all right, bro. Some things just aren't realistic. You know what I'm saying? But the bases are still the basis, bro. So like I still believe in some of the shit I believe in. Like, and just because I'm in bad situations, don't mean that that shit is gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still got hope. I still got faith. I still, like faith. I still pray. Shit. Like, I prayed to God about this situation. You feel me? So it's like, bro, like I still believe. You know what I'm saying? But it has developed into like, all right, bro. Like I said, like that's not realistic. Like, all right, bro, you might have to spin that a little bit because times are changing. Like it's not gonna be so black and white, nigga. It might be a little yellow in that situation. It might be some green in here. You get what I'm saying?
And
Like, you got to be understanding that. Okay, like, all right, everything ain't gonna be so boxed in, work the way that you want it to work. Every piece ain't gonna fit exactly the way you want it to fit, or exactly the way you think it's gonna fit. Like, I don't know, bro. Like a lot of I feel like after my like last relationship, I had a lot of realization of like, yo, like people got differences. And like I always knew that. You get what I'm saying? I've been in different relationships before my last one, but like after the last one, I really understood like, yo, people got differences. And like
mm-hmm.
I not only have to be aware of that and understanding of that, but my partner has to be aware and understanding of that. And like we can be okay being different, but we gotta be okay being different. You know what I'm saying? And that may go over your heads. I know some people's like, why the fuck did he say that shit twice? But when you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But
I don't know if my definition of love has necessarily changed. I think my capacity of what I do when I'm in love has definitely changed. And I will say that there was a time in my life where I thought I was in love, but I was not because I'm truly in love now. And so this feeling that I have now is something so foreign to me. When I got to it, that I was like, oh, like this is it. What I thought was it was just love. Like I did love that person. I did care about them tremendously. But I was not in love with them. And so I think I don't think my definition of love has changed. I think it very much looks the same to me. I think it has I think it has grown. I think it has evolved. I don't know if it's necessarily changed because the things that I will do now in a relationship, I don't think I could have pictured myself doing when I was 16.
Mm.
Like the way that I showed love in high school was, oh, let me go buy you some cookies at Cookie Break. You know, they were $1. You know, I'm gonna bring you cookies, Cookie Break, whatever. But now, love now is okay. I might know that you have this big meeting today, or I might know that there's something really big going on in your work life. Let me set up that at the end of this week, like you're going to get a massage or you're going or like something that's like going to help your mental and just like I don't know, like I just feel like what?
congratulations.
Hey, bro. Hey, please.
What more do you want from me?
My goodness. But yes, it is evolved, not changed.
That makes a lot of sense. I like what you said about the capacity of what you do.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, my perspective and like my idea of love changed. Not so because I feel like I've always loved the same. So I think being loved in different ways is what kind of like opened the door for me, if you will. Like, and I don't know if everybody experiences it this way, but you kind of get to, I feel like you get to a point where like you expect some foundational things when you're loved by somebody. Um, and I think people may have expectations of what it's supposed to look like or what you're supposed to get when you're in love, but you don't really know. Like it takes a while to figure out how that's supposed to be tailored to you because different people ideas, different people have different capacities, and ultimately you have to decide like what you kind of willing to accept because somebody may be like very much in love with you, but what their idea of in love is and what they're able to give within that like just may not be what you need or it may not be enough for you and vice versa. Like you may consider yourself to be in love with somebody and you thinking that, yeah, I'm doing A, B, and C. Like this is what you do for somebody when you in love. And for them, they like, yeah, nah, it's not really like I need more. You know?
That's not how you have to know how the person that you love likes to be loved. It's not about how you like to show love. It's about how they like to receive it.
Okay.
So if you are a gift giver, but they don't care about getting gifts, that's not going to work. It doesn't matter. You can buy them the most expensive and the most extravagant things on the planet. That's not going to resonate to them as much as maybe like they're a words of affirmation person. So you text them and saying like, babe, I think that you are the most amazing human on this earth, and I think you're doing the absolute greatest job that you could ever be doing, and I'm so proud of you, is going to go a lot farther than I got you some, I don't know, some hats.
Yeah, hats.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah,
I just said them.
but yeah, no, those are my Jalyn. Did you ever get your question?
Well, I do have a question.
What's up?
So as men, do you guys care if your woman has male friends? And I know this is a conversation that people have a lot, but I want to hear it from
The
people that
pod
I
was going so
respect.
well.
Why is that a bad? Is that a bad question?
Keep going. Let's just keep going.
I
We'll
just
see
want to
when we
hear
get to the
from.
end of it.
I want to hear from people that I respect, and not from Twitter people. I
Okay.
mean, not saying that I don't respect people on Twitter, but people that I actually know.
I mean, I can go
Go
first.
ahead.
Oh,
Like, was the question, am I okay or do I care? Like,
how do you feel
I,
about your significant other having male friends?
having male friends isn't a problem, but there's definitely like levels to in context to what those friendships are, why those friendships exist.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's never on this tip of like, oh, you can't be cool with niggas or you can't have niggas that genuinely like fuck with you as a friend, because that's bound to happen. I mean, hell, like my best one of my best friends, I got Hellas, but not Hellas. I got the gang and then I got Jazz. But nonetheless, my best friend like is a woman. So it's not like something that's impossible. However, I think that I don't feel like I've ever had it like manipulated in any like relationship that I've been in, but I think that it can be. So I think that my hesitation in kind of giving a like a final or like definite answer is more so in like, yeah, I gotta know the context because you can't just be friends just cause you and like just cause you want some friends and cause you no, but I'm saying like from the standpoint of like I think would you say that on average women not desire, but women would like to have genuine male friendships?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
and I don't think that that's wrong to have the desire. However, I would say that I would ask, and I would want them to be conscious of why exactly do you, not why do you want it, but like how bad do you want it, to the point of like, are you willing to be naive to certain signs to say that that's your, like, just, you know, that type of thing. But I don't feel any way about them having genuine friendships. But are they genuine? That's a big question to me. Like, are they? So
yeah, no, my stance on that shit is, I mean, if they was here before I was here, I can't really say shit. No dudes is gonna enter the picture when I'm here to, like, on some like, oh, this is my new friend. Like, who new friend? Like, how is you making new friends? You got a whole nigga. Like, am I not sitting here? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna feel some type of way about that, and that may be an insecurity thing. Call it what y'all want. I don't really get no fuck for real, but like, that's how I look at the situation. Like, I'm just like, damn. Like, all right. So friends, like, that's cool. That's your homie and shit like that. But I ain't gonna lie, like, also what Qual said, like, the level of intimacy is definitely gonna be a thing for me. Like, hold on, like, y'all friends, but how y'all friends? Like, y'all friends or y'all friends? You get what I'm saying? And it's like, is that somebody you used to fuck with? Is that an ex? Is that a situation that may have never popped up, but you know he like you, or you that may be a fool nigga or whatever? Because you know girls be finessing their way out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that may be not a guy that you talked to or had sex with or had too much conversation with, but that nigga bought you a couple meals. That nigga might have bought you a couple drinks or something like that. He might have paid for something. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, it's like, why do you still communicate with that nigga if I'm in the picture? Like, fuck am I? A peon? Like, that ain't me. You feel me? Like,
hey,
my bad.
talk your
My
shit,
bad.
bro.
My bad. You feel me? Like, I get my bag. I get my bag.
Wow. No, I feel that. I I don't think that that's an insecurity thing. I agree. If they were there before me, awesome. My boyfriend's best friend is a very attractive woman, and they've been best friends since they were in like high school or before then. But me and her have become very good friends.
That's how it's
So
supposed to
like,
go, though.
I appreciate that. But like, you making new friends after me? No, because
It takes
then you start.
my
Go
bad.
ahead, Steve.
Oh, I was just gonna say, because I feel like even in like to develop a, like when you're developing a friendship,
Bitch, how you at the time?
the
And
time
that's my thing.
and it's, but then not even on time, because it could be in doses, right? But in the same breath, it's more so like, even if y'all not talking consistently, it's like how are we getting to a level of being comfortable, like either sharing certain things? And I'm not saying that this is necessarily done with malicious intent, but it still kind of begs the question of like, I'll put it like this: if anything mirrors how you developed a relationship with your partner in the friendship that is developing, like post
Yeah,
partner, that's when
yeah.
you really got it. That's when the person really got it. You got to start asking yourself questions, because it shouldn't have to mean that something is wrong or that you're doing anything wrong. But if in your thinking, like you're trying to find reasons or like make reasons for it, then you might have some things to think about.
Because
Because
it's like, how are y'all becoming friends? Like, I want to know how this friendship is. Now, what I
It's not
will
a
say,
friendship. Y'all dinner talking at that point.
what I
Like,
will say is, I think work friends are different. And I say this to the extent of like, if this is your friend from work, like y'all be at work and y'all are friends, I think that's very different than like somebody you met. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, how are y'all becoming? Because I think work friends, they're real friends, but like, if you start taking this up outside of work, like, when are y'all hanging
yeah.
out? When are y'all hanging out? Are y'all on the phone? Are y'all texting?
Why is y'all texting?
I
What is
just
y'all
feel
texting about?
like,
Y'all texting
what
about
y'all
work.
texting
You just
about?
spent 8 hours with this man. Y'all texting
Oh,
about
right.
work.
What else are y'all talking about now?
yeah,
What are we? I just don't. It doesn't sit on my palate correctly. Now,
No.
for everybody has different things, but I'm not making any new male friends. He's not making any new female friends. We got no
For sure.
friends. That's my best friend. Okay, so really, I'm not gonna say that because that sounds crazy. I was gonna say, really, you don't need nobody but me, but that's not what I mean. That's not what I meant. I don't mean that.
That's
That's what most women think, though.
But I really don't mean that. Like, you need other people, and I think that that's another thing on my list. We need our time. We need time. I need you to like to do things on your own. I need you to know that I like to do things on my own, because I get very much like, yes, I love talking to you, but if I've gotten to the point where I'm in the bed, I have my bonnet on, and I'm watching Love Is Blind, we can text. Yes. But this is my time. Like, I like you to be able to go do things, and I think it's healthy for you to encourage your partner to go hang out with their friends, to go on that guy's trip, go on that girl's trip. Like, go.
Yeah.
Because if I'm for my man, I'm an extension of you. I'm not your life. I don't become your life. I'm an extension of it. I'm an addition to. So I don't need to become the sole thing in your life, because that's boring. And I didn't start dating you because I wanted to become your everything. I started dating you because I liked you as a person and who you were. And so, come into my life, I will go on a girl trip every summer, and I will be gone. So don't try to stop it, because this is planned. Every single summer, I'm going somewhere. And I want you to do the same. I want you to go somewhere. Go to the game or whatever.
The game. I'm going on vacation, but go ahead and go to the game.
Do whatever you need to do. Do whatever if you want to go on the little cruise, or not the cruise. I don't know. Do guys go on cruises together? Would you go on a cruise with your guy friends?
This has been a conversation, and I don't know.
Will we not go because we don't want to do a cruise as a trip, or will we not go because we can't get it planned?
No, I'm saying, like,
I don't think I want to do a cruise, bro.
Would y'all do a cruise as just guys? Or is
Yeah,
that
like
weird?
I don't think I would do the cruise with the homies. I
don't
think it's weird.
Fuck with cruises like that to do it.
I've never been on a cruise.
You said what?
I said I've never been on a cruise. I think guy trips. One of my favorite things on this earth is guy friendships. I love that. I love it so much.
Because niggas
when I hear you get off the phone with your guy friends and say, "I love you, bro," I love it. Do it again. Call somebody else and tell them you love them. That really call another one. Bromances are really just everything. They're the best.
That's happened before.
Steve, tell Patrick you love him.
I love you, bro.
You too, bro.
See, ooh, don't try to just feel warm.
All right.
No,
I feel warm.
You do.
I
do feel warm.
No, I think that's definitely, it's always interesting. I feel like I've seen that though, that women like appreciate it, like, more than anything. Cause I think I don't want to say it's rare, especially like in 2023, but it's still not a guarantee that like men are comfortable enough to express themselves in that way, even though that's the real emotion. Cause I definitely saw some tweet earlier where it was like, girls really expect you to choose choose them after dating them for 3 months over their homie for 10 years. And it's like, man,
yeah,
no.
Like, that don't make sense.
So if you really asking me right now, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Like,
yeah, and that's real.
No, for real. Me and this nigga that made $5 make a meal. You feel me? $5 to make a meal. You want me to choose you? Crazy.
Crazy.
But that's how you also know, because I feel like I don't know how much of a stamp like women need from the homegirls. And I'm not talking about like the casual homegirls. I'm talking about like yo crew. Like yo crew. For dudes, I feel like when
That actually is a great question, Jalyn. How much of an influence, or not even an influencer, how much does your day ones, the A ones, the ones that count, their opinions matter when it comes to selecting a guy?
They matter to a certain extent. And I think that has even changed for me. I won't say recent, but I think that has changed as I've grown up. Like, there are some things. Oh, I don't feel like that goes down a whole rabbit hole, but I think that they matter because I want to know your opinion of my partner. I want you to be comfortable with my partner, and because if I'm gelling you into my life, that includes my best friends, that includes my A1 day ones. Like, if I have 8 women who will be standing beside me on my wedding day. So,
That's
like,
cool.
their opinions of you matter to a certain extent. And I've gotten to the point where when me and my current boyfriend were just dating, they knew a lot. If they knew the good stuff, and like if something would be like, ugh, like they would know, but they know less now that me and him are in a relationship, because I feel like it's a respect thing between me and him. I feel like I'm very sure that the person that I'm with now is the person that I'm going to marry. So I am very much gotten into the mindset of, yes, your opinions of him matter, and your opinions of like who he is as a human being matters. Like, if he was a bad guy, I would want y'all to tell me. But I know in my heart that he is not. Y'all know that he is not. So like anything that has happened in the past, or maybe like if he didn't move fast enough for y'all, or y'all don't like his shoes that day, like none of that shit matters. Whatever. Like, I don't really care about that. But I'm starting to plan and think about our marriage. I need to kind of get accustomed to it. Me and him are now a partnership. And as much as y'all are my best friends, like, what y'all need to know, y'all will know. But any troubles that we might have or whatever, like, I'll share my wins for sure. Like, when he does something sweet, he goes in the group chat. Like, he sends me flowers. Like, it'll go in the group chat. But like, that's now my partner in crime. And so when it gets to the point where we're in a marriage, I'm not sharing everything that's happening in our house with y'all.
Right.
So I need y'all to respect that, which they do. And I need y'all to know that, like, if something is so daunting that, like, I need to tell y'all for my safety or my health, y'all will know. But if it's something that's just like a bump in the road for us, y'all won't know about it because y'all don't need to. It's a respect thing for us. He's a private person. I'm a sharer. So I've had to learn, like, everything doesn't need to be shared. So that's something that I've learned recently. Like, everything don't need to go in a group chat, and everything doesn't need to be a conversation. I have to trust that the decisions that I'm making are good for me and mine. And I have to stand on that. And I don't necessarily need all the input from my best friends, even though I love them and I respect their opinions. But back in the day, it used to matter a lot. Like, I would ask about everything. But now, I think it's because I'm so sure now about this one that it's like, I don't really care what y'all have to say.
That's real. I think that comes with just growth. Like,
yeah.
I can't even say it's a certain age thing or nothing, but I feel like I definitely had that realization at some point within my 20s. I'm not sure where, but I know at this point I'm aware of that. So it's like, yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think I only hit the homies like if I'm like breaking up with somebody, or like it then there has to be at that point like, hey, damn, bro, like I thought everything was good. Like, yeah, no, bro, it's over. Like, I ain't told y'all about a bunch of shit that's been going on, but I ain't had no reason to tell y'all. Like,
yeah,
I was still figuring it out. Like, why do I gotta call y'all? Like, hey, bro, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't. And I know some of our homies still operate like they may hit us for every situation, or they may hit us for situations. Not even every situation, but situations. And then be like, at some point, bro, like if you're gonna stay with this person or you're gonna keep rocking with this person, y'all gotta figure that out. Yeah. Like, we can't help you figure that out because we're not involved in that situation. You involving us in that situation, and we can't really help you because we're not in it. Like, we can give you theory, but that's really all we could do.
I think it clouds judgment a little bit too. Like, there's some stuff that I have shared that I probably wish I just would have kept. You know, like, but you're so emotional in that moment, or something just really like rubbed you the wrong way. And maybe you share with one person, but
Oh,
like
for
that's
sure.
going to cloud
Because I hate
judgment.
one of the homies vicious. I hate her. Like, and then
And he was
I ain't
just
even got no
sharing with
beef with
you.
her. I ain't got no personal beef with her, but it's fuck
Yeah.
her. You feel me? Like
Yeah. And
I
there's
hate that
nothing that
bitch.
she can do to come back from that because she
No,
did something in the past. She could be the perfect person from then until they could get married, and you could still have that one thought. And it's like,
no, if they get married,
dang,
I'm gonna let it go. I ain't gonna
you gonna
lie.
let it go?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, fair.
they
Well,
get
I
married
also
at that
have
point.
to.
I can't really.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's a. I feel like that's kind of like a, at least for us, I know for sure, like our friend group, like the respect just runs that deep. Like if it's like, yeah, we can have our feelings, we can have our emotions out of like our feeling for our brother, but
Yeah,
kind of to
and
the
like
point
shit.
you said of my bad, but like you said of your marriage, like if if the homie decide like nah, like that's why I'm marrying, it ain't nothing else to. It ain't nothing
Yeah.
else. We
Even down to a relationship though, like I feel like that because he's not with her right now. But if he was to be with her tomorrow, I'm shutting up. I ain't got shit to say. That's your girl, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
agree.
I I had Jen, I really agree with your point about oversharing. Because I feel like I'm even now, like being aware of it is one thing, but like changing the habit because I feel like I'm a like if you are in my like support system or my like close group, I value your opinion so much that it does become not so much dependent, but I open myself up to frustration or to clouded judgment because I feel like
Hmm.
I need that opinion because I value it so much. When in essence,
Yeah.
like y'all both have spoken to, it's like one, that's me and mine's, and two, I'm gonna have to like whatever the decision, whatever the situation is, like 9 times out of 10, as much as I know you may be speaking from a place of genuine concern for me or wanting the best thing for me, you don't have to fix that situation or deal with
Correct.
or necessarily answer to like that person. So I definitely have been being very intentional about like really like being like really trying to not operate in the moment. Like if something is frustrating or something like I'm emotional about something in the moment, I really like just try to find different avenues to like let that out first. Cause I've definitely had situations where end up having a conversation and I didn't share a lot, but even in what I shared, I'm just like, I really wish I hadn't said that. And there was actually a situation
Yes.
like something like that came, it ain't come back to bite me, but the way that situation unfolded was the exact thing of like had a conversation, shared something, it got to somebody else out of context that led to just
A
a
shit show.
weird energy for a minute. And I was able to
an
work
unnecessary situation is what it
Yeah.
led to.
unnecessary. And then but I was more pissed at me because I'm like, bro, you got to stop. Like, you can't just be so open to people because that's how you are, because you know how you would do it or how you would take it.
Hmm.
You can't just assume people gonna move like that, even if they are being genuine. Like some stuff is just like, nah, you may not be in that upper echelon of people I really go to. But even the upper echelon of people don't know every single thing. But I definitely think that's
Mhm.
something that comes with growth for sure. But
And usually it's something that ends up being such a mute point. Like, I was so mad in that moment. I was so emotional about this, and it ended up being something that really, in the grand scheme of life, didn't matter. And sometimes it's like, I just need to get my issue off. I don't really care that much. But now that I've told you, it weighs 100 pounds to you, and it really weighs only about 10 pounds to me. But now that's your focus. Like, you're like, oh, well, da 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 da, like whatever, whatever. Usually I'm just trying to get my issue off. And I really think that has, for me personally, came from where I've been in relationships that I didn't feel like I could communicate with my partner. And so I had to go somewhere else to get my issue off. And I had to go somewhere else to feel like I was being heard. When it's like, Now I'm in the most open line of communication relationship I've ever been in, because I can, at the drop of a hat, text him and be like, hey, we need to talk about this. This made me feel like this. This made me feel like that. And at the drop of a hat, he's talking about it with me. So I think that's something that's also changed, is like, I have somewhere to go to talk about it, and it's with them. I haven't always had that in my relationships, because I've had relationships where any feelings that I had were turned on their head and made to seem like I was the villain or I was the bad guy or my feelings didn't matter. So now it's like, well, I don't want to share with you anymore about how I feel, because you're going to take it the wrong way and it's going to be argument. And now Jalen's the bad guy. So I think that's also kind of where that's come from, where I'm in a point where I don't have to share everything with somebody else, because I can go share with the person that can fix it. You can't really fix it. No matter how much y'all can give me advice on something, y'all can't really fix it. The root of the issue is not in this group chat, it's in this one over here. Hold on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
No, that's real. I mean, shit, if you ain't got it by now, Jalyn got a man. She happy. She planning on getting like some type of marriage situation popping off. You get what I'm saying? Congratulations. We just gonna put the congratulations out there because that's gonna happen. We speaking that into existence.
Thank you.
That's on the way. You get what I'm saying? What else have we learned?
Give me a few years.
Yeah, no, a few years. We say like, let's range it off at like 4. We're not gonna say 5. Let's range it off at 4. Okay.
Yeah, 4.
That's doable.
4, that's good.
All right, cool.
That's good.
Wow.
If you this what
make sure y'all clip this part so I can send it to them. Make sure y'all clip this part.
We got you.
If you gonna spin the block, just be honest about spinning the block. If you really don't want nothing with that person, and you know that person either wants you or you know that you're not ready for that person, leave them alone. Leave them people.
But also, if they tell you to leave them alone, leave them alone.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. Any other takeaways, Jay? Did we miss any?
Be a good human being. Create romances with your friends, and if you don't tell your friends that you love them, tell them. I think we kind of covered it. Pray. If you are not with somebody that you can pray with, get out of there. Get out of there, because you're gonna need to be prayed for. Okay, praying is important. And if you need a closer relationship with God, do that. If you feel like you are disconnected, I'm sorry, I gotta take this moment. If you feel like you are disconnected from Him, get it together. Get it together, because He's always gonna welcome you with open arms. Always, no matter how long you've been gone, no matter what you have done.
Amen.
He's like that. He's like that. He's the best.
Amen. Let the church say,
Amen. Amen.
That's a damn shame.
That's what they do at the end of the
Hey, we black. We so black.
So that's the end. You have your hands like this, or you do like this. My mom does like this, so just how I do.
Hey, but no, I got Jalyn prayer on bootleg for $5.99 after this. So y'all just meet me in the parking lot.
We definitely clipping that to be Jalyn's prayer. Dead ass. We gonna make sure they get on the end of somebody mixtape.
Gotta be on there somewhere. But no,
I'm so weak.
For real though, it's been a pleasure. Jalyn, thank you so much for coming on this week. We really appreciate it. Shit, with that being said, it's been real, it's been chill, and we'll catch you next week.
Peace.